Hey, voice activated. Hi, good morning. Welcome to another lockdown workshop. I'm trying out a new camera today as well. It's the Insta360 1R. And it's got voice activation. So we'll see how we go with this one. Just trying a few lenses on it. This is the wide angle in not so wide mode, so we'll see how it looks. It's a bit cold and frosty today, and you might have caught out the corner. It's not looking so good. Look at that. Yeah, the sides are off. That's never a good sign, is it, with the Jacuzzi? It's Joanne came to put some chemicals in the other day, and that's what she found. An empty Jacuzzi. Actually, I'm not sure if it's frozen. I hope it's not. It's not frozen. That's good. So I need to get the water out of that before it freezes. Right. So what's happened to it? It could be a pipe's off. I suspect it's not. I think the pump's died. I pulled that out of the filter the other day. Yuck. Not good. So it looks like that feels like it's the same plastic on the impeller. It's that weird fibery plastic that they've got. It was making some funny noises the other day. So I suspect that we're going to have to pull the pump out. So if you remember last year when we did this, the pump is buried behind that lot there. So we've got to get that control box off, disconnect the electrics, pull those three boxes out of the way, and then the pump comes out through the side here, but you've got to get them out of the way to get it out. So can you see that? The screen's gone off again. The pump's there. It's got if you remember, we moved the heater because the heater used to be sort of down there, and now it's not. We moved it on top of the pump, and it did seem to work better there, but the pump's now died. When I had it all to pieces last year, I was supposed to be doing the bearing seals on the pump, but we couldn't get the impeller off, and I noticed then that the impeller had a crack in it, so I'm not entirely surprised it's failed. I'm hoping the pump's still good, because it's to replace the pump and the impeller, or the pump and the wet end as the Jacuzzi used to call it. That's about 160, 200 quid. It's an Alex Chinese pump. If we just replace the wet end, if it is just the wet end, that's about 60 to 80 quid. So I'm hoping it's just the wet end. That's assuming I can get it out. And if I get the wet end off, I can do the bearing seals at the same time. So I'm not too concerned about that. So all this black stuff here, yeah, screen keeps going off, was all under the. You can see there's a strainer at the other end, and you can probably see there's still a load of stuff around it. You can see there's a load that's been caught in there. The bag filter that was in there was absolutely full of it as well. So not good. I suspect if I'd have changed the filter last time when I was going to do it, we'd have found all this. But if I just go, yeah, you can see it's all around there. So I've got to empty this. I've got to clear all this crap out of it and flush it all out. And then we'll get the pump out, see what the crack is, and then we'll get another one ordered. So it'll probably be two parts this. We'll get the pump stripped down, and then see what we need to order, and then we'll probably do a follow-up, putting it all back together again. So it's just like last year, because it was about this time last year when we did all this. Just wander over to the workshop. Yeah, right. The other problem we've got, I'm a bit inundated with bikes at the moment. I've got one that needs fixing there. What's that look like? Let's switch to wide angle mode. Can I do this? No, it won't let me do it unless I pause recording. And you can see there's a load of stuff that needs putting away. I was doing some work on the car before Christmas and it was freezing. I just dumped all the stuff in here. So there's that. There's still some Christmas decorations there that need collecting in from outside. There's a ton of rubbish. The hand grip for the BMWs there, that needs fitting. What's wrong with the Tango? I can't remember what's wrong with Tango. I've done his brakes. It does need a good service and a strip down. And there's a ding in the frame there that needs repairing as well. I've got this one to fix. So the gears and the brakes are playing up on that one. That's Diane's. We've not had that one in before. It belongs to her daughter. Diane's broken it. I'll mend it. There's a couple of BMXs there that need recommissioning, and I'm probably going to sell them. We're trying to have a bit of a clear out. There's just too much stuff in at the moment. So we'll see how we go with that. Just noticed that's got a really weird brake setup on it. I forgot I'd done that on that. There's a table there that's supposed to be going at some point, which I probably might take down today. There's a whole load of chicken stuff there as well that's blocking up the workshop because the chickens are on lockdown. So those of you who don't know, we're avian flu's in the country again. So all our chickens and livestock are all in lockdown. They can't come out. And because we've had to lock them down into certain sheds, some of the sheds are the ones we used to store the bed in. So the bedding's now in here. Joy. So it needs a good tidy up. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is probably stop this recording, stick it on wide angle, and I'll tidy up the workshop a bit. And I might mess about with the time-lapse stuff. God, there's all sorts on here. They're the batteries for the new camera. They're on the charging block, so it's 2 batteries on 1 charging block there. It's rather natty. I'll stick some details about the camera on the comments. Right. Stop recording. Has it gone red? It's gone red. Right, let's get tidying. Stop recording. Stop recording. Oh yes. It's pouring. I could have frozen, but can you see that? Can't see if you can see that or not. It's absolutely pouring. Well, there's the hole. That's conclusive. I can stop filling it up now. I just need to empty it. There's a hole in our pump. Stop recording. Right, I'm going to let the water out now. You see there, it's a bit dark, isn't it? See how we go. Right, so there is a drain there, but it's not brilliant. So if I need to get absolutely every bit of water out to stop it from freezing, because that's the big thing at the moment, I've got to get the water out so it doesn't freeze. So to make sure I get it down to the right level, the easiest way to let it out is to actually remove the pipe off the back of there. There is another pump pipe I can take off on the other side as well. There we go. Should make this come out a bit easier now. Lift up your skirts, you're going to get wet. So the idea is, what I'll do is I'll drop that down to make sure we get it at its lowest, but at the moment we'll just empty that out onto there. And there is another one round here I think I can drop off on the back of the it's actually the back of the thingy pump. Originally I was going to put a drain around this side as well to manually drain it. But that's the next job, is get the pump off. So we'll start on that while that's doing. How do you look there? Can you see what I'm up to? Sort of. It's flipping freezing. We've had quite a mild winter this year, but this isn't pleasant at all. It's about -2 at the moment. That's centigrade, not Fahrenheit, for anyone who's not English. I don't remember which way this spins now. I can just crack the screws off and pop this out, but it's easy to unscrew it properly if I can remember which way I have to twist it. I think this one screws onto there. Could be wrong. Come on. Yeah, pretty sure. That's the trouble, is my hands are that cold. There we go. Can't do anything. That's it. So the pump has to come this way. So this has to get out of the way. Hopefully. It doesn't look that bad. Because I don't think it fits through the other way. I'm looking at this and wondering how I got that in there in the first place. That must have come off. It's not, hopefully it's not one of those cases where I built the jacuzzi around the pump. Nothing wants to move. Everything's really tight. It's the worst time of year to do anything like this because it's so cold. Nothing wants to move. I'll have to get the heat on it. That's going to have to come off. That's going to come out of the way. So you could have done with another section there so I could take this pipe out altogether. I think when I push that down, it is possible to get the
plug out and through there. What we'll do though is we'll get the heater off the top of that once I've got these boards out of the way on this side. This has been open a few times in the last few months. Before you kick off, it has been disconnected, there's no isolation all around the inside. Unfortunately, everything around here runs off that isolator switch. So if you want to put the heater back on, which I'm not likely to want to do because we're not really in the jacuzzi, but if you want to put the fairy lights on, which will set out the light, the chimney, that's not a bad idea, I'll do that anyway. And that's isolated that. And turn the power back on around here now. You know what, I might just do that. Have some heat. Turn the heater on. Let's come over top of it now. It's flipping freezing. Check that off. That's off. Now this control box, this is on borrowed time as well. It's got a, let's just say it's made out of the finest quality Chinese ink. The hot tub is a Lumzone Spark. Two and a bit versus 5. You can fit 3 in comfortably, so 1 there and then 2 here. It uses a perfect full power, full spa control panel, and the computer main bits behind this thing here.
Again, all made of the finest Chinesium. I've had to completely bodge the circuit board up because it just couldn't handle the load of the heater, or the new heater, to be honest. Oops. We had to do some that was running through a circuit board originally, but these relays give the ability to bridge off and go direct rather than through the circuit board, and the circuit board just wasn't high enough rating to be able to deal with it. It's a fairly straightforward system. It took a bit of working out to start off with because the instructions and wiring diagram that came with it don't match absolutely at all what's in there. So I've just got to remember which one's the pump now and which one's the heater, because I'm only bothered about taking the pump off. The problem is as well that any bit of metal on here is as sharp as anything. So need to remember that one doesn't go anywhere, that's why that's not plugged in, I think, possibly. Right then, pump. Right, that's the line in. I think that one's the pump and that one's the heater. Could be the wrong way around. No, pretty sure that's the pump. So these are going to come out. So just for reference, let's have a picture of that so we can see it. There we go. Oh. Yeah, I magnetised the screwdriver last time. I know people moan that you shouldn't do that, but you know what? I don't do much stuff that's actually sensitive to magnetised screwdrivers anymore. So that needs to be out of the way. That needs to go back in, just hold that so I don't forget. And then it starts running through the circuit board again, because it will be bing bang boom. Oh, my hands are so cold. I bet Musty One doesn't get cold fingers like this. My sorry, I was leaning on your head. Duck. Right. Apparently the ducks are out at the moment because we're allowed to have them out because they are wild waterfowl. So for their personal health and well-being, they're allowed to come out for a little run, and they're chasing the rat, much to the amusement of everybody. Let's get that out of the way. This one in. God, it's so flipping freezing. Come on. My hands are so cold. And now I'm cold because I'm laid on the floor in the wet. think that's the spare one. So we have two pressure sensors. There's one on the pump and there's one on the filter up there, but that's mainly a fill level thing. So the other one goes off to a dead end. It just doubles back on itself, and I think that one just got looped up and down there, so we don't have that many, but the circuit board allows for more. One of these relays was a bit iffy as well, so this board's on a borrowed time, so if it does blow up, I'm going to get a Balboa system control board for it. I think I was going to order one at the last summer, but they ended up out of stock of them. Right, so I just need to drop this off now. So I think I found the easiest way to do this last time was to just
pull it out of the way. So I find out I've done the one. I can't feel my fingers. I'm not quite as close as it was mountain biking last weekend. That was freaking freezing. So basically, there's a number of wheels ride from Wentworth to Dumfries Bridge, and it was miserable. I don't think I've ever had such a miserable bike ride. Go on, Matt. Yeah, that's down. That's it, maybe I'll pull out for now. Yeah, should have used something else to do that. I didn't bring it out any tight. It's the pump blowing it up, I think. Alright, I'm on the top there. Horrible Chinese and screws. Old fingers. Badly drilled holes, big lumps of metal sticking out all over the place. Get holes in your fingers. All that kind of thing. I don't think we can even get to the screw on the back of this one. I think I'm going to drop it out and try the finger bottom roaming around. It was forever and ever and ever. Ah, there we go. Who's the naked? Yay! Save the washer. There's one or two screws here. I'll have to pull. So I can't actually get to the sockets now, he says. I think I need to take that off to get to the pump as well.
one of my favourite hobbies is taking jacuzzis to pieces. So this bit is the, in case you're wondering, this is the ozone filter. To say ozone filter is a bit wrong, it's an ozone generator, so it creates a purple corona. So it's a very high voltage passed over a metal tube with a coil over it and then a plastic bit separating that, and it induces a current in the gas that creates a plasma. So it's not an evacuated tube, but it creates the corona, and then with the gas to turn into a plasma, and then that purple plasma creates the ozone that bleaches the water passing through the inner of the tube, I think is how it works. But it doesn't need a vacuum, it just needs an air gap. Fairly crude things, but again, made out of the finest Chinesium, as you can see there. It is due for replacement. They only last about 2 years, 2 to 3 years, and this hot tub's about 5 years old now. So it went through a major refit last year because the pump broke, the heater broke on it. So this year it's the, there it is, found it. That's what we were looking for. So I need that to try and match the pump if I do have to replace the pump, but hopefully I can just replace the wet end of it if I can get it out. So what we'll go for is, I will go for, I can get my hands in there, I'll have a bash it under in it. Oh, there we go, we're in luck. That's it, the pump will now come off the top of the that should be the pump off. I need a better hat, this hat won't stay on. I can't remember how I put this together last time. It's one of those things where it's got to come off in a certain order, and it's not playing ball at the moment. With a sneaky suspicion I might have to take them out. Right, let's try and get the pump unscrewed first. I might be able to drop the pump out from underneath it.
Patience.
So just to let you know what I'm doing, I'm just undoing the brackets for the pump down there. We've got them off on that side. Oh no. Come on. Hey. Drop any more washers. Right, so in theory that should come off now. Yay. That's it, we're off. Oh, you. You know, I said about it being too cold. That's just snapped. That one right there. That's not good. Stop recording. Stop recording. Right, I'm not sure how much we got of that last one, so I'll show you where we are now. Right, box is back in. Pump has been removed. Everything else has been stuffed back in there. And the damage, can you see that? There you go, it's got a big split across there, so we're going to have a look at that. And it absolutely stinks of burning plastic. So I've just tied everything back up. We'll chuck all the sides back in and then we'll retire to the workshop. Stop recording. Stop recording. Well,